Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. In this Pride in Paterson episode, we're going to take a quick tour through South Paterson. Let me pull over here for a moment to let this pickup truck go through. He seems to be in a rush. We don't want to hold him up. This is one of the railway avenues here as we go past the Golden Rock Lounge, Dubai Lounge. So, for those of you who have followed my channel and my new playlist called Driving in the News, you're going to recognize a lot of the streets that I just drove through recently as we go past the old Passaic County building there, laying in ruins. I guess they're going to restore that. But this is the farmer's market. And again, for those of you who have followed my channel for a long time will know that I did a video here as well. I did a lot of the basic main points of interest. Brothers Produce on the left. And we're going to go Roxy's Gentleman Club on the right. And we're going to go to a lot of these side streets over here in South Paterson. The ones that are between Main and Getty. And also, hopefully, we can tackle some of the other streets down by the other side of Main Street, like Pacific Avenue, Atlantic Avenue, I believe, as I try to make a right-hand turn here on Getty Avenue. We have the Sultan Palace there right in front of us. So, yes, here we go. West Railway is the street that we just went past. And here we have the iconic intersection of Crooks and Getty. Let me let this gentleman go. As we approach Main Street. For the most part, I may not narrate the entire video, but will chime in when I see something of interest. Like the CVS pharmacy here on the left. I don't know if that's of interest, but just letting everyone know that there's the CVS pharmacy there on the left. And we're going to make a right-hand turn here on Main Street so that we can start tackling the side streets here in South Paterson. For those of you that live in Paterson know this is now, let's see here, Knickerbocker Avenue. Let's make a right. Can we? Or is this a one-way? Nope, that's a one-way. Can't do that. That was a fail. And we have a Chase Bank right there. So yeah, for those of you that know about this area here, this is a predominantly Middle Eastern section of Paterson. A lot of restaurants, good restaurants, delicious food. So we're going to check out some of these streets. If any of you have memories on these streets, you can comment them down below. Many of you also know that School 9 is the school that's here in this area. Make sure we don't get into an accident as we go past the Super Fresh. We're gonna go up Getty here for a moment. I've done a video here on Buffalo Avenue recently, so I won't go here. We got Delaware Avenue we're crossing. Can't go up that way because of the one-way. So yeah, we're not going to hit every single street here in South Paterson, but I will do the majority of them as we go past the Paterson Arts and Science Charter School on the left-hand side. So I guess you could call this a quick tour of South Paterson. I just want to add, again, you know, I'm not a tour guide. I don't know every single building in Paterson. So many of you will probably notice that I'll go past a point of interest and I don't mention it. So just keep in mind that I am not a professional tour guide. I know some places, not every place. As we go down Grove Street. I lived in South Paterson briefly in the mid-2000s, and one of the things I enjoyed, besides the food, obviously, is that I was always able, anytime I wanted to go to New York, I could just jump on either the Jitney bus or the 190 on Main Street, and that would take me right to the Port Authority in New York City. So that was really convenient, and there was always parking in this neighborhood. Even if there weren't any parking on my particular block, as we go up Goshen Street, or Goshen Street, I'm not sure of the pronunciation. And directly in front of me is the Sultan Artisan Bakery. I have to check that place out. That sounds delicious. And the Galata Butcher and Deli Grill. Nori Brothers Shopping Center. We have Gold Ave here. This is a major thoroughfare to get across to the railway avenues. Fatales here on the right. Domestic International Shipping Earthship. See, these are the neighborhoods that a lot of YouTubers will not show you. School 9 on the right. A lot of YouTubers, not a lot, but most, will only show you the 2 or 3 bad neighborhoods, but they won't show you the rest. I wonder why. I guess they don't want people to know that Paterson is not as bad as people think it is. Thomas Street. I'm gonna take a quick drive up this particular block. Again, we're not driving on the entire street. So if there's 2 blocks of a particular street, I won't be doing all of them. I'm just doing this one section between Main and Getty as we see the South Paterson branch library, the South Paterson branch. Robert Street. Let's go down Robert Street. So in my Pride in Paterson playlist, I have about 111 episodes. So I recommend, for those of you ex-Patersonians or current Patersonians, can go back and check those out. Binge watch them. If there's a rainy day, like today, and you're not at work, you can binge watch them. They're not that long as we go on Elk Street. I know I definitely have to be driving up someone's street or their former childhood home. Speaking of childhood homes, don't know how many of you seen that video on my channel. A couple of years ago, I did a project where I had subscribers mention their childhood home addresses for those of them that wanted to participate, and I would drive up that street so that folks can see their childhood neighborhood and their childhood home. Most folks just wanted their first name, not their last name. Some folks didn't mind having both first name and last name in the video. So if you ever see that video and you see someone's first and last name and their childhood home as I drove past the street, just know that I got their permission and they requested that we put both names in. So just to let you know that privacy is very important, and I would not want to invade or put someone's private information out there unless they want to, unless they prefer it. So this is basically the streets that we had mentioned. I'm going to go back up Elk Street one more time because I want to go over to the other side of South Paterson. What you hear, if you hear a siren, that's just an ambulance. You ever notice that anytime in TV or in the movies when they show a supposedly bad neighborhood, there's almost always a siren, right? Like if you go to any TV show and they're filming or showing supposedly a bad neighborhood or a high crime area neighborhood, every single time you will hear sirens in the background, as if sirens are going on 24 hours, 7 days a week in these neighborhoods. It's just another stereotype. All right, let's go down Montclair. What you hear rattling is my set of keys in the ignition. Pacific Street. Let's go up Pacific Street. For those of you who may have lived on Pacific Street. You got Garrett Mountain there in the distance. So a previous driving in the news video that I did recently, I drove some of these streets during that video. So yeah, if you feel so inclined, as we go down Atlantic Street, if you feel so inclined, if that's even the way to say it, follow the driving in the news playlist. Oftentimes, you may recognize some of the neighborhoods that I drive in as we go past the Joseph Masiello residence. You may notice some of the neighborhoods that I drive through when I'm filming the driving in the news video. Newark Avenue. We'll make a left here on Newark Avenue as we have a dead end up there in up the street there. So you'll never know what neighborhood you're gonna get when you watch the driving and the news videos. Newark Avenue will turn this way. One of the things and one of the reasons that I started the driving and the news videos is basically I wanted to record history. I made mention in a previous driving in the news video that I was watching a YouTube video where a couple was driving in New York City and they had their camcorder recording out the window. And what they did was the radio was playing in the background, and you hear, of course, the songs of the day, but also the commercials. And as I was listening to those commercials, I started remembering some of them that I had actually forgotten about, and it was pretty nostalgic. Kind of a look back to an earlier time. We already see Christmas decorations on the houses. gonna go up one more block on Sussex Street. Then we'll take you on another street. Let me turn off my wipers because I don't think there's any precipitation right now. Chili Deli and Grill. Let's go go down to the right. Chili Deli and Grill. I like that. Chili Deli and Grill. Chili. Paxton Street. Let's go up Paxton Street, at least this block. Again, I apologize, we're not doing every single block of these streets. We don't need a video that's 3 hours long, right? I'm also thinking, let me know what you guys think. I'm planning a possible live stream on YouTube of a tour through Paterson, New Jersey. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Now, what's the name of this street here? Once again, showing you neighborhoods that other YouTubers will not show you. On one particular video, and YouTube is full of bad neighborhood videos. That genre is very popular, and I could do those, but I don't want to do that because it's already been done at nauseum here. So let's see. I just want to make sure I can cut them across here. The reason I do these videos is to counteract those. If those folks want to show you the bad neighborhoods, fine. That's their prerogative. I'm going to show you all the other neighborhoods, the other 80% of Paterson that YouTubers don't see unless we do these videos. This was Dakota Street. See, they don't want to show you this stuff. They want to show you the burned out buildings, the empty lots, and let's be honest, every single big city in this country has those neighborhoods. That is not unique to Paterson, New Jersey. However, most YouTubers, when they come to Paterson, they only want to show you the bad neighborhoods. We're coming up on a place that I just recently did a video, the New Corral Restaurant, or the New Corral Diner Restaurant, Texas Wiener Place. Right there on the left. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. So I was watching another YouTuber, I'm not going to mention the person's name, but his YouTube is about showing bad neighborhoods. That's his thing. Bloomfield Avenue, we're going on Bloomfield Avenue. I think he makes a living doing that, and that's why he does it. He doesn't care about the perception of the town. He just wants to make money. So he did one in Paterson. He showed Paterson, he showed the same 2 or 3 neighborhoods that every other YouTuber. And of course, you know, I'm not gonna stay quiet. So I asked him, will you ever show the other parts, the good parts? His answer was very telling. One word, no. That was it. That was his answer, no. So that shows you they're not interested in showing you cities. They just want to make money because people will want to see the bad neighborhoods. That's what some people want. Not everybody, but that's what gets most of the views. And to prove my point, I actually did a video called Paterson's Hoods. And that video had a lot of views, but what the people that clicked on that video didn't know was that I showed them the other neighborhoods. Because let's face it, hood is just an abbreviation of the word neighborhood, right? So I just showed Paterson neighborhoods. And I got a lot of views on that video. Why? Because some people, all they want to see is the worst. That's what people want. They don't want to see the good parts. I don't want this video to get too long. As we go back on Main Street. And of course, got to show you Main Street, right? I did a video on Main Street also on my channel where I drove from Crooks Ave all the way up to West Broadway. Got a little bit of drizzling going on, so you're going to see the wipers again. But yeah, that's the purpose of this Pride in Paterson video, to counter all the bad videos that are out there. Because for a lot of these YouTubers, those two neighborhoods are the only neighborhoods in Paterson. All these streets that I'm showing you, these don't exist to them. Nope, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. You're out there in the rain. I'm inside in a warm car. Well, if you stuck with me this far, I appreciate it. And don't forget my other playlist, Fred Drives. As we're on a red light here, we have one of Paterson's finest coming up here on the side. I know they get a lot of criticism, but they're doing a tough job. Police officers do a tough job. And I know there's some bad apples out there, but I don't want to judge the entire industry or the entire profession based on a couple of bad people that, you know, are wearing the badge and are an embarrassment to law enforcement. And that could be said for any industry, really, to be honest with you. That could be said for every race and every culture. There's always a percentage of every single industry, of every single race, of every single culture that don't do the right thing. The problem is we as a society will judge that entire group, whether it's an industry, it happens everywhere with lawyers, police officers, accountants, races and cultures. There's always, you know, a few bad ones doing fraud or illegal things, and the entire group gets demonized for it. And that's not fair, because there's a lot of hardworking, good people doing things for the right reasons, but they'll never get the credit for it because we always see just the bad ones. All right, guys, that was enough of my little rant there. I wanted to thank everyone once again for following my videos. I urge you to like and subscribe the videos. That supports the channel, and it's free for you. You don't have to pay a dime. You just have to click like and you have to click subscribe. That's it. That's all you got to do. That helps out the channel quite a bit, and it lets me know that what I'm doing is being enjoyed by others. That's how I know when this is being enjoyed. By your comments, by your likes, by your subscriptions, by your views. All that tells me that you're enjoying what I'm doing. So again, I thank you for viewing this episode of Pride in Paterson, and we'll see you on the next one.